Thank you so much for joining in. I'm excited to tell you about our Cub Scouting program and our Scout Reach program. Cub Scouting is a year-round program for 7 to 11-year-old boys and girls that teaches self-reliance, independence, leadership skills by using the outdoors as a venue. The Scout Reach program is very similar to Cub Scouting, about as close as you can get. It's an after-school setting for scouting, and it teaches kids all the same values and leadership skills. I'm very excited to introduce Daniel Boyd, who is the chairman of our Scout Reach program for the Mid-America Council, as well as the Cook family, who are both going to talk about Cub Scouting and how it helps our kids.
The importance of having collaborations and partnerships in our community are pretty major, and they're things we learn in kindergarten. We're told to share and work together, and that's usually in our community and our country as a whole how we get better. Not one person, not one entity can really be the greatest of all greats. And even though we may have a jack of all trades, that jack of all trades still needs some help in certain areas and certain chapters where they may not be as proficient as other people. So when you work together, when you collaborate, that's really when you see just true shining and true great performances within our youth, but just with our community, with our adults, our local leaders, and everybody sort of comes out on top when we start to share and put our brains together. The importance of programs like Scout Reach is really in the name, just the outreach that it has for the kids that don't have those opportunities that other students and other youth around really nationwide have. Being in programs like Boy Scouts, Scout Reach, whatever it may be that is in your personal life, one thing that it taught me was you can set a goal and you can complete a goal. And that was something I first learned in Boy Scouts. When I got to high school, it was the same type of experiences with basketball, football, whatever the sport may be, or whatever the extracurricular program was. Once you start something, you finish something. Same thing with college. When you get there and you're having so much fun, but you realize you're there to do a job. You're there to finish a goal. And there's nothing better than walking across that stage and getting that diploma. And that same feeling I had in college graduating or in high school graduating or getting my first varsity letter is that same feeling you get when you walk up and you get that red, white, and blue neckerchief and you can put that on and you can look back at however long it took you to achieve that goal, but you can remember all of those times that you went camping, that you did volunteer work, everything that you did with your group of guys, that same locker room fraternity feeling is there and everybody's happy for you, and that is something that you just never forget, that you can always do it. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be in scouting growing up. It was something my mother forced me to do, which I believe all parents have that right. But as I got older, I realized that it wasn't what we were doing that really mattered. It was just the experiences. So now I can tell everybody in the world, I've been whitewater rafting, I've been on a canoe, I've been floating down rivers and freaking out and afraid that I would never see the inside of a home again. But those are all things that scouting provided to me. One thing for me personally is I will never forget my time with the Order of the Arrow. We walked into the middle of a field and our leader said, lay right there, that's where you're sleeping. I was freaking out for 2 whole days, but I will never forget that. And any time with work or my personal life, if there is a roadblock in my way, I will always have the Order of the Arrow experience to look back on and be like, if I can do this at the age of 12 and not know what's going on, everything that's going on today is really just a simple task. So really for me, it's about the goal setting, the goal completion, and just looking back and thanking those who helped you get to where you are.
Hi, my name is Luke Cook. I'm a den leader with Pack 409, Scoutmaster for Troop 408, Associate Advisor for Crews 1969 and 228, and the skipper for Ship 3303.
Hi, my name is Owen Cook. I am part of Troop 408, Crew 228, 1969, and a member of Ship 3303.
Hi, my name is Wesley Cook. I am a Life Scout with and Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 408, member of Crew 1969, and member of Ship 3303.
Hi, I'm Emily Cook, and I am with Pack 409. My name is Charlotte, and I'm in Pack 409. I would tell them camping in Pinewood Derby cars Camping because it's really fun. You get to do a lot of things there, and there are a lot of activities. And Pinewood Derby cars, you get to design your own car. You can build it. You can do anything you want with it.
I've been in scouting ever since I was in first grade. Went Wolf all the way through. I got my Eagle Scout, and I would say there's nothing out there quite like scouting. The things you learn, the people you see, the things you create, whether it's wildlife, whether it's the skills, life-saving skills, is just, you're prepared for life. It helps you open your eyes to the world that's out there. And throughout the years, whether it was growing up through scouting with my parents helping me, going camping with me, going to Philmont on the backpack adventure and seeing the great outdoors and seeing scouts grow up around me, to my own kids and also to my extended family, which, you know, I have a lot more scouts now that I call my own as well. Just the excitement that it brings to them, the skills, and like we talked about, first aid, CPR, that they actually could save a life out there. To plant identification, to hiking and what to do in this instance, what to wear on a summer camp out or a winter camp out. And to a lot of people, I think, well, it must be common knowledge for those things, but it really isn't. Just to see the part of the big things as I've gotten older is kind of seeing the light bulb effect, where, you know, they learn skills or they're learning about new things going on, whether it's, you know, building a box or taking a field trip like to the National Weather Service and just kind of saying, oh, that's the reason why they do that, or learning that skill that they learn on their own. That's the biggest things that I've seen and really enjoy. So it's gone from fun doing it myself to actually helping in Cub Scouts, to actually seeing the Scouts actually do it on their own and take charge and be in the Scout-led troop or unit, that things that they plan and the events they come up with are truly extraordinary. The things they can plan, you actually see the leaders develop it. You can see all those skills throughout the years just develop and become successful and bright young men and women.
I would definitely say so. Yeah, they've been a little bit more interested in going out, you know, just kind of having more fun, being a little bit more open to some activities.
Just been learning a lot of stuff.
That was really fun. I was like, I've only caught like 2 fish, and it was only like down there.
The 2 fish that she really caught, they were like both green sunfish, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about like going to the camps I can't do right now and going to the camps that they can.
We're the Cook family and we love scouting.
A lot of the students that we serve in Scout Reach, they're not really used to being outside and going places like Camp Cedars or to Fontenelle Forest and just being around nature, being outside, and just seeing what really this earth has to offer us. A gentleman that I know, he told me that he was never really into scouting or anything like that, but he went out to Camp Cedars at the age of 10 or 11, and that just blew his mind away. He instantly joined the scouting program. I guess fortunately for him, he's a very educated man, but he became 6'10", so I don't know if we make uniforms his size, but he always has those experiences to look back on and say he went to Camp Cedars, he was on a horse, he was in the pool. Like, he's got these memories that no one will ever be able to take from him. And he's from South Sudan, so he came from a war-torn country. His parents ripped his entire family from what they knew. They moved to Egypt and they moved to America. They're super successful now, but he will always have those moments of him being in scouting because it was something he's never seen before. And it's really all about that exposure piece that I'm really big with. A lot of these students, a lot of these families, they just need exposure. But once you're exposed to whatever it may be, whether it's shooting a gun or being in a swimming pool or bird watching, you just never forget where you got those from. And Boy Scouts, Scout Reach, again, a lot of these nonprofits around the Omaha area are really, really strong at providing students and their families with these experiences that they will never ever get anywhere else.
What great stories from the Cook family and from Daniel Boyd talking about Cub Scouting and how it impacts our youth. If you want to help other youth today, we hope you'll go to bsabiggive.org and help support Scouting and give your gift today. Thanks.